this project was inspired by my own children. I have 2 children that have autism spectrum disorders, and I really found that I wanted to include them in that part of my life on stage, and give them the gifts that I know theater can deliver to a broad range of kids. But there really wasn't anything out there where the resources were available, so I decided to create that on my own. But certainly it's quite a bit different than what I'm used to doing. The difference in the way you have to direct, the way you have to explain things, much different.
And looking at that, how do you rise to that challenge as a director? I know it's different as a parent, but as a director there has to be a little bit of difference there.
Well, I think the fact that I do have such a strong background in theater has really helped me make this possible, because I'm very familiar in the way these kids need to be spoke to, but I am very familiar in the components of theater itself. So it's easy for me to break things down in the most simplistic of terms so that they can understand and be very clear. The key to this program is being very organized, and being 2 steps ahead of the game. Our mandate here is really to honor their creativity, so I have a rule where I never say no. So we have a broad range of characters in this show because of that, because anything that they came up with that they wanted in the show, yes, absolutely, we'll go there. We'll do that.
What do you see in the kids? Is there development? Are there aha moments for them?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's a huge social experience for them. I mean, there's very few programs out there for teens. There's tons for little kids, but for teens especially, this has been a really great program. They enjoy the social aspect, but they also just enjoy the feeling of being empowered. And it's not something that I normally hear from the participants themselves, but from their parents. Their parents will tell me that, wow, they're coming home and saying, this is a place where I can be myself. This is a place, where people listen to my ideas and take them seriously. And that means everything to me, because that's what I want for my own kids.
So now the show itself, getting to this stage, even on stage, there could be some off moments, like off script, as we say.
Absolutely. We kind of set up the stage so that it's a foolproof performance. Being that this play takes place in a high school, the kids are all going to have binders that they would carry in high school that conveniently contain their script. So some of those kids just don't have the capability to memorize lines, and they don't have the same memory recall as other students might. So we don't want anyone to feel uncomfortable on stage, so we make that, and we have workers on stage that are going to be acting as reminders. We'll have tons of people backstage. But really, our program is about setting individual goals, not setting a goal of a spectacular show. We're happy if our kids are happy, and our definition of perfect is often very different than what other audiences have seen in the past. But I guarantee you that when you come see the show, you walk away with a huge smile and a warm feeling in your heart, because it's incredible to see these kids feel that proud of themselves and feel succeed. And also, we want this program to be a building step so that they can go out and participate in their high school shows, or they can go out and be in Toros, or they can go out and be in Dreamcoat and say, well, in this show, maybe I have to take a secondary role, but I know how it works now, and I have the confidence to do that. So on one hand, it's a place where they can step into the spotlight, but on a bigger level, we hope that it's a program that will bridge to other programs so that they can have a really integrated experience with their peers.
And making the package that much better for them is having that audience.
Absolutely. It's so important to have that positive feedback, as it always is. I mean, that's the reason that little kids do theater, right? Is to get that immediate gratification of, you did a good job, kid, you're good. And these guys are no different. They want that immediate gratification, and they certainly deserve it, because they work so hard, and some of them are rising against huge challenges. For some of them, just being on stage and controlling behavior for a while, or not having an outburst, or not having to leave the stage, is their goal. And then for others, it's more intricate. It's, you know, learning lines and having stage presence and having confidence on stage. They all have their own goals, but we're happy with whatever they achieve.